What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, One Man's Walk. I am your host, Gamal, back at you with another one. So what do we have for you today? Well, it's a slap that's taken over the internet, probably ran all over your social media feeds. It was on sports analysis, radio, it was on everything. I haven't seen the Oscars covered this much in a long time. Figured why not talk about it right after this intro.
Clean your house music. You can clean too.
Welcome back. So like I said, we're talking about the slap heard around the world, around the internet, around social media, up and down your feed, Apple News, Google News, whatever you subscribe to. I'm sure they talked about it. You read about it. You heard about it. You guys know how I feel with the props, so you guys know it's real. I don't have many. Chris Rock has always been one of my favorites. So like, I don't need at the front and let you guys know. You guys know how I feel, so you know these props are real. Bring the Pain, Bigger and Blacker. This is probably my favorite one. Never Scared. And then this is the only one that I never actually took out the wrapper. I did watch this though, Kill the Messenger. And then a movie I actually saw in theaters that I absolutely love, Top 5. Great movie. Shout out to Chris Rock on this and Rosario Dawson. Absolutely great movie. And of course the classic, saw these in the theater, Bad Boys. I don't have many Will Smith. But so I had no idea what was going on. I didn't watch the Oscars last night. Oh, you know what? Sorry, before we get into it, let's do a little housekeeping. You guys have not already done so. You know the drill. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post bell notifications so that way you don't miss any of this amazing content. As you guys can see behind me, we do have the latest video that's up. This is the Benny the Butcher Tana Talk 4 album review. So you guys want to make sure you check that out. I am working on part 2 right now to my greatest 64 rap albums ever to me, and so we're knee deep in that, so look for that later this week. In the Slaughterhouse, Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse is up, and by the time this video is up and running too, you'll probably see I do have the 500 Blush Yeezy video coming as well. I shot that yesterday, just gotta edit it. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to this in and out. So my thoughts on this, again, it came across my Apple News yesterday, and I was like, what? They were fighting? What's going on? See, and I kind of read the article and I clicked on some of the videos and saw. And so a couple things went through my mind. I actually talked about this with my boss earlier, which was really cool, getting an opportunity to talk with her and kind of running this off of her. But my thoughts were a few things. One, Chris Rock is Chris Rock. The reason I brought out all of these, minus the top 5, the reason I brought out these movies is that there has been a pattern with Chris Rock. He's a comedian. You gotta know he's a comedian, and as a comedian, I don't know if there's anything that's not fair game for a comedian. It's all jokes. Chris Rock does it. Dave Chappelle does it. Richard Pryor used to do it. Eddie Murphy did it. Like, there is a Cat Williams. Like, you have to know nothing is off limits. And it's jokes. And when you're in the front seat, it's gonna be jokes. Now, I don't know if something happened with Will before he got there to the Oscars. Don't know if the fact that he was up for Oscar for King Richard has something to do with it. Maybe he was angsty. Don't know what his emotions are. It actually looked like he laughed at first with the joke until he realized his wife was not laughing. And then he took a measure. And so I feel like he took it at first as though, hey, this is a joke. And then it went from this is a joke to, oh crap, I gotta defend my wife's honor. Now, I have no problem with defending your wife's honor. You guys know, you guys have seen the pictures. Love my wife. I'm here to defend her honor too. I don't know if that is the moment for that. I feel like he could have seen him backstage. He could have seen him right afterwards, pulled him aside, whatever. If you still want to slap him, you want to punch him, I'm not here for the violence, but I can understand it. That's where you want to go with it. But in the moment, and again, I do see both sides. I do understand, hey, you trying to defend your wife's honor. I feel like Will Smith has had a crazy year and a half. Obviously, there's always been rumors, speculations with him and Jada and what goes on with their relationship, and we're not diving into that. And then whatever allegedly did or did not happen with her in August. Again, not getting into that. And then hearing that, I think Will said he thought about committing suicide last year. Like, we don't know what mindset he's in. We've always seen Will to be very well-mannered, very tempered. People love Will. Shout out to E and Dom. They just did a face-off of Denzel versus Will Smith. And so it's not like Will is loved. And I can understand, okay, you had this outburst. I don't know what came of it. I don't know if Chris Rock is necessary. I feel like, to me, when I look at it, and everybody's had their own opinion, I feel like Chris Rock was the last straw. Like, I feel like things have been weighing on him and weighing on him and weighing on him. And I feel like it's a plethora of different things. And he just lashed out. And in the moment, he blacked out. Now, we've all been in situations, let me say we've all been, but we've been in opportunities where we've had situations like that. We kind of blacked out. We lost our temper. We lost our cool. We lost our composure. It's happened. In the track record of Will Smith all these years, I don't think he deserves to be canceled. I don't think people need to overreact. I think it is crazy what he did, right? And it's a testament to Chris Rock really. I don't know whether Will didn't. It looked like he hit him really hard, but the fact that Chris Rock ate those, as Cameron would say, like Scooby snacks, I don't know if he hit him that hard or if Chris Rock's jaw is that strong. I couldn't tell if it was an open hand slap or if it was a punch. Either way, Chris Rock didn't stumble. He didn't fall. Now maybe, and I give credit to this to Nick Wright. Shout out to Nick Wright for that. If he had maybe fallen, stumbled, or retaliated and responded with his own set of punches and shut down the whole thing, sort of like the busy 3-6. I did do a recap of that versus. Feel free to check that out. If that had been the case, we have a whole different discussion with Will. The fact that it was a punch, he walked back. I actually think most people probably in the moment, obviously dealing with Chris Rock, they're both comedians, though Will does not do stand-up, at least to my knowledge doesn't do stand-up. They're both comedians. You're probably thinking it's a skit because Chris Rock doesn't fall, he doesn't stumble, he doesn't even look shocked, he keeps his composure, he continues on, and he's even like, wow, I just got slapped by Will Smith. It's not until they pan back to Will that you see him like, look, keep my wife's name out your mouth, that you realize, oh crap, that was real. But then it even goes to show more that even with Will Smith and in his anger getting a cheap shot in, essentially, Chris Rock doesn't even fold. Shout out to Chris Rock for that. Jaws of steel. I don't know what kind of exercises he's doing. He's working out or whatever, but he took that punch and didn't fold at all. And so you want to give credit to him for his composure. I've heard people say, and my boss and I went back and forth about this, I don't know about the whole taking Will Smith's award. Like, I don't know if that's I wouldn't do that. But maybe they could have said, hey, he has to be excused, and maybe he would not be able to accept the award and give a speech. You know, like how sometimes they'll say, so-and-so wasn't here and we're accepting the award on their behalf. They could have done that. I still think he deserved to get the award if he earned the award, right? I've seen parts of King Richard. I haven't seen the whole thing, so I can't say, and I definitely have not seen the other nominees. But if he was deserving of it, shout out to him for that. And it's unfortunate that he had a horrible moment at what was also supposed to be his best moment. But hey, it's happened before. I told people before, like, I've been suspended from school for fighting a week before graduation. Like, what? Just stupidity. Couldn't hold my composure. Right? Somebody bumped me and said something about my mother or whatever the case, and things that you're supposed to let slide, I didn't let slide. And so it happens. I can understand the emotion running rampant. Thankfully, it didn't get more out of control than what it could have been. Now, obviously, social media will run with it. The internet will run with it. YouTube will run with it. But thankfully, whether it was Will Smith holding his punch or his punch not being strong enough, Chris Rock did not go down, nor did he swing back. It's sort of like in the NBA. You know how sometimes you see a foul, and depending on how the other person, the person who's on the recipient end, the receiving end of said foul, how they respond to it sometimes determines whether it's a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2, and you automatically kick a person out. And I feel like because of how Chris Rock handled it, and people in shock at first at what had just taken place, didn't really know how to react. And then from what I hear, Will Smith was actually next up. So it's not even like the Academy Award people had time to process it. From what I hear, they were scattered all throughout the event. And so they weren't in one place to huddle. And maybe he gets a lifetime ban or something, and he can't come back to the Oscars again. I mean, there's things that can be done. I also don't want to hold it against him and say this is who Will Smith is, because Will Smith has been in public light since what? I want to say 1989. You know, parents just don't understand. Definitely, his introduction to me was Summertime in 91. And so we're looking at, what is that, 91 to 2001, 21, 11, 21, 30 odd plus years, 30 plus years being in the public light. This is the first time we can definitively say, wow, Will just messed up in a public forum. And obviously that doesn't excuse the behavior. I do think he could have pulled Chris aside later on. If they do need to fight it out. Everyone doesn't need to be aware of the fight, but you can't be doing that on national TV. You can't be doing that in the arena like that. The setting, it wasn't a good look. And so I will say it like that. But you guys, let me know, what are your thoughts? It's crazy. Everyone's talking about it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I've had so many different conversations with people about it today. I figured I might as well just get my thoughts out. But what are your thoughts? How did you view it? What did you think of Chris Rock, his composure? For a comedian, he didn't get off as many jokes afterwards you would think. He was really calm, really collected. I thought he was very mature in how he handled the situation. What do you guys think about Will? Are you out here condemning him? You agreeing with him? You understand the plight of what he did? But as always, leave those comments below. But as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, productive, stress-free day, weekday, weekend, whenever you're listening, however you're listening. I thank you for listening. Till next time.